someone that has a very strong empowerment, let's say in the physical area, physical health, beauty, and fitness, very often will be challenged in the financial area. Not always, but very often there's a pattern. And you can see that these are diametrically opposite. So for example, a lot of people that might spend a lot of time taking care of their physicality might not necessarily be really on top of their finance, or might not necessarily be as empowered in the financial area. A lot of people that are focusing a lot on family and relationship and intimacy might not have that much time spent on developing their mental genius and understanding. So this is some observation. It's not necessarily always the case, but there is some observation that very often there's a tendency when there's an area that is very overpowered, the other one, the diametrically opposite to that one, becomes underpowered.
Yeah, and remember, our perception play a big role, because when we're putting the numbers, it's also our subjective perception of that area. So that doesn't mean that, so when Olivier says, you know, what he just mentioned, like the pale opposite, is that when you're very strong in one and very focused, and potentially you have a infatuation with that. And so remember that it has a lot to do with our perception.
Right. Okay. The reason why I was asking, because actually I put mental and family as like, both of them are equally, and both of them are my highest scores I gave, but I'm not emotionally lopsided in those areas. However, for example, because my back is a bit iffy, I put myself physically a lower one, but I'm more emotionally invested in my physicality, and hence why finances actually ended up being my lowest score out of the whole everything else.
Yeah.
So it's not about necessarily what number you give, because I feel very empowered in my family and my mental capacities, but I'm not emotionally charged in either of these areas, but I am charged in my physicality.
Yeah.
So therefore, hence why the lowest score ends up in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yep.
And also, you will probably be the most empowered in the areas of your highest values.
Yeah.